Hey everyone, Joshua Hanlon here, and I'm in Orlando, Florida, and you might notice a little bit of a different background around me here. That's because I am with Justin from Just2good,
YouTube just too channel. Good here, in the flesh, face reveal, am I right?
You'll notice the very familiar avatar that he is on,
exactly.
So he'll have that throughout the whole interview as we chat with him. So we're looking forward to that. It should be a lot of fun, but we're going to start off, before we get into our more in-depth interview, kind of looking at your studio here and the area you do your work. So if you want to talk about some of the sets you've got on display.
This is my room. I keep the studio in the closet, but you can see I have a Ninjago City built. That's my editing table. I have Ghostbusters HQ, which is awesome. Over here is my Simpsons, my Lego Simpsons stuff, which I am so proud of because I love this series. Quickie Mart is like one of my favorite sets, and then Simpsons House is my favorite set ever. It's incredible.
So are you a big Simpsons fan then of the show?
Yeah, okay. I love the show, and I think those sets are like the best Lego sets. Like, they just did such a great job with them. Over there, for more rare stuff, I have Green Grocer and the Parisian Restaurant.
Okay, so some of the older modulars and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I have two more that I have to build. Palace Cinema and also Detective's Office. So once I do that, it'll look more expansive, but you know, they take time.
So you mentioned your kind of recording, editing area here. Talk about that. Some of the equipment you use here. What do you use to edit videos?
I use Sony Movie Studio. Have you ever heard of that? It's sort of like Sony Vegas, but I think they broke their contract with Vegas. So it's basically the same program, just like, you know, it's easier to get now, I guess.
Interesting, yeah.
I mean, up until last year, I used, Windows Movie Maker, which was free and easy to use. So, you know, I had to learn this year, but I think I've really improved since I've started using it.
Right, yeah. You get a lot better at it. And then you got your mic here as well. This is kind of, I know you do a lot of kind of voiceover work with your videos,
exactly.
So that's very important.
This is my baby right here. I mean, a lot of people criticize USB mics, but I think it's fine. It's cheap. If you're starting out a YouTube channel, maybe look into getting one for all those new kids watching. You want to get big into Lego because it only costs like $70 for a USB mic, so it's not terrible.
Right, you don't have to spend $1,000 on equipment.
Exactly. It's pretty cheap and affordable. And over here is actually, it's going to be a little bit hard to see, but we have my Paradisa sets, Star Wars, Sonic Mania Collector's Edition, and Lego Town.
Paradisa is an interesting thing. You don't hear a lot about that. What kind of drew you to that theme? Just something you discovered over the years that you like?
Yeah, I mean, I love the colors. I think the colors are really they almost remind me of South Florida, which is where I'm from.
Okay.
But also I love the beach design, which is also kind of South Florida-esque.
Yeah, so it's a little slice of home for you there.
Yeah, exactly.
I like your Lego Movie poster frame there.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was kind of cool because they were just giving it out at Regal when I went to go see that, and I was like, oh my gosh. This is awesome. It's like the perfect size because I could fit it anywhere. I also have the Last Jedi Celebration poster. And also I think it was May the 4th, 2016 poster.
Yeah, that's very cool. So we're recording this December of 2017, right before the new Star Wars movie comes out. I'm sure you're very excited.
Can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Of course, that's why I have that poster. It's so awesome.
Awesome. Then if you want to move into here, so this is kind of where you do like your photography and the reviews and everything that you do.
This is my studio. So right here we have our lights. Now I used to have a third light, but what happened was it broke during the move. So unfortunately I haven't been using that since September. The other light is actually hidden right here. And this is just where we actually record all my reviews. You can see this is, I think, the last Throwback Thursday. We have that set up right there, which I use this as a tripod. This is the official Lego Batman movie tripod from the Lego store. Other than that, I'm trying to think.
So this is a really tight space you're working in here. What are some of the difficulties of that?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of tight, but the reason it's so tight is because I needed it right in front of the window because that's the third light basically. But,
okay.
I mean, it gets difficult, moving stuff around. I was contemplating whether or not to clean this part, but this is how it is until whenever I go down south, I'll take all of it. So I'm actually going down south today, so I'm going to put it all in a bag, and then I'm going to take all those boxes and put them in storage. So that's what I do. Every review cycle, I wait until I go down south, and that's when I'm going to put it in a trash bag. So it's just kind of like a stack too. It's very hasty. That's why I put it in the closet, because when people come over, I can just close the closet. Nobody sees this big mess. But yeah, you're going to need a lot of space if you want to start reviewing Lego for those new Lego YouTubers. I have my Yu-Gi-Oh cards here, which I love Yu-Gi-Oh. Up here is just a whole bunch of storage. Actually, over here is where I keep my minifigures, or some of my minifigures, which I separate by hairpiece, headpiece, torso, and legs, which is pretty good.
So after you're done building sets, will you take them and kind of break them apart and organize them into a collection, or do you kind of keep them mostly together?
I keep some together. Like right here is a box of some that are together, and then if I go home, I would take some apart if I really need space, but it takes a lot of time to, separate it by piece and everything like that, which I'm not too good at. So sometimes I just get a big tub and I just deconstruct all of those and put them in there. But whenever I'm done reviewing a set, I always remove the minifigures, because minifigures are like the #1 thing I use from Lego, because I make custom minifigures and stuff like that. I don't really post them online, but it's just for fun. So minifigures are like the most useful thing, so I always choose to remove those,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm trying to stay, like right here is just more equipment, like my old lights, but it's kind of hard to see in there. I think we have a Lego Batman movie bag right there, just some more storage. Nice power miner sets. These are actually sets I got to review. Like this right here is like unopened sets I plan to review and stuff like that. Over in this corner is actually sets I got to build in the long term. Like you can see Detective's Office in there, which is just a great set. So yeah, and that's for my Yu-Gi-Oh channel. I have some Yu-Gi-Oh cards I need to open. So yeah, and also that's my extra tripod if I want to do like a package opening video, because the big tripod works for that.
Mm-hmm. So have you tried to consistently upgrade your equipment sort of over the years? Is that something you've actively done, or have you just kind of found something that works?
Yeah, I mean, whatever works really, because like right now I'm going to need to upgrade that because it's breaking. But I mean, it worked since 2014, so I had a good 3 years with it. Stuff like the tripod I had to buy over the years because I was like, okay, I need a bigger tripod. Same with the one from the Lego Batman movie one that you build. Because I was like, okay, my old one broke, so basically whenever something breaks, I have to buy new equipment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so and it's not something, I think this is, people get caught up on when starting a YouTube channel or that type of thing, that they get caught up in, oh, I need all this fancy equipment, but really you just kind of work with what you have, and as you can, you improve, but you can do a lot with not much.
Exactly, you really start with what you have, and then you see what works, you get feedback, and you're like, okay, I'll build off of that. No pun intended, build Lego. But yeah, that's really my studio, I also have my TV if I want to watch anything, some more storage right here, that's actually... In that corner is some equipment for mocks, like that little organizer in the corner, right down here. So if I want to build something,
Now, where do you actually do, say you get a big set, like a modular building, and you go to build it, where will you typically build that? Because there's not a lot of open spaces.
Yeah, exactly, right? I use the living room.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, which has a little table. But I don't really build those too much. That's why it's kind of harder to build, so that's why I have a lot of unbuilt direct-to-consumer sets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
yeah, well, very, very impressive area. It looks like you really make the best of all your space here.
Exactly. I mean, I chose to move to this place because the closet was so darn big, and I was like, that's going to be my studio room. Because my last place, I didn't have much space for a studio, so I knew I had to get basically 2 rooms, so this is so cool. And I have my main room where I display all my Lego. And thankfully, I still have a little bit of space. Like, I have some next to modulars and some all the way in that corner where the Sonic Mania thing is. I can move that up to the top, and then I can put some more modulars there or something like that. So more room for all the cool Legos that's coming.
Exactly. And so how much of what you review would you say you keep together and display versus kind of taking it apart?
Honestly, most of it, because I just don't have time to take it apart. So I'll keep it built in bags. And I mean, eventually I'll take it apart, but I still technically keep them built since they are still in bags and stuff like that. They're just in storage or at home, And the minifigures are really what I take apart usually, because I love minifigures, so I need to get those cool hair pieces or cool pieces or whatever like that.
Right, you can do so much with the minifigs.
Exactly. No, I totally agree, yeah.
Okay, well, very impressive. Thanks for showing us around your studio here. Appreciate it.
No problem. Hey, it was great having you guys over.
So now I'm sitting down with Just2good for a more in-depth interview. Make sure to look in the description for a link to that interview if you enjoyed the studio tour.